As you know, Grandma, the shrine is renowned for several things. Its Assumption Novena, its Our Lady of the Cape magazine, and above all, its numerous pilgrimages.
The first group of pilgrims came here in 1882.
Pilgrims began to show up in 1879, immediately after the wonder of the ice bridge.
So many of them showed up that Father Desilets, the mayor, and the member of parliament too, Hippolyte Montplaisir, managed to get a wharf built on the banks of the river to encourage pilgrimages. You can even see what remains of it today.
Besides, on October 30th, 1887, a first group of pilgrims arrived by boat from Saint-Angèle right across the river.
In 1891, 15,000 pilgrims visited the shrine.
That same year, the priests decided to publish a journal, the Annals of the Most Holy Rosary, which is now the Our Lady of the Cape magazine. It was first published in January 1892 and had a circulation of 12,000 copies.
Let me tell you, in December 1892, Pope Leo XIII even encouraged pilgrims to visit the shrine, local pilgrims as well as those from the United States.
It must be said that more pilgrims came at the end of the 19th century. That's when the railway was built here.
And the first group arrived here on a train from Saint-Tite on October the 2nd, 1896. They traded their horses for steam train horsepower. It doesn't cost as much in terms of hay.
There were so many people that Father Duguay needed help to manage it all. That's why the Oblates came here in 1902 and set up the site.
It's unbelievable. In 1912, there were 64 pilgrimages with more than 60,000 pilgrims.
And it's important to add that in the 19th century, people were encouraged to pray a novena to get ready for the pilgrimage.
A novena is an exercise in piety that's repeated for 9 consecutive days to obtain a special grace or pay homage to a saint or to God.
On October 2nd, 1896, the day of the coronation of Our Lady of the Cape was chosen as the greatest day for the Queen of the Cape. It was a few days after the feast of Our Lady of the Rosary on October 7th.
Beginning in 1911, that day had been the subject of a very special celebration.
But in 1919, the date was changed to August 15th, the day of the Assumption of Mary. So that's when it became the main date for the shrine's programming.
It must be noted that in 1920, on August 15 precisely, 8,000 people gathered for the Feast of the Assumption. A preparatory novena had preceded all this.
That was the first novena at the shrine. There hadn't been any before in October.
It must have been a wonderful event, a procession of 8,000 people from the Blessed Sacrament on the grounds of the shrine, and all of them holding a candle.
Here's a noteworthy fact. For several decades, the Oblate Fathers were the one who preached during the novena.
In 1978, a secular priest was added, a priest who lived in the community or in the current century.
A first woman was allowed to preach in 1980. Pierrette Desmarais. And she'd return in 1985.
Don't forget 1986, when 3 women were able to preach.
Sister Rita Gagné.
An Ursuline nun,
Suzanne Labbé.
who had been an instructor with La Flambée, a youth movement at the time.
Suzanne Rousseau.
Professor at UQTR, the Université du Québec à Trois-Rivières.
And since then, lay people, women, and circular priests have been preaching.
In addition to the Oblates.
It's worth noting that the novena had been broadcast on community television since 1975,
And on the radio for several years since 1979.
as well on cassettes, DVDs, YouTube, everywhere.
We should buy a cassette about Grandma's lucky year.
Good idea. We'll return to the reception desk after that, and then Grandma will make us listen to another cassette, whatever one you choose.